Very alarmingly, this is what happens when the narcissist realizes they've lost to you forever. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We really appreciate your constant support, and today's topic is a very interesting one. The moment when a narcissist realizes that they've lost everything. Give this thought a moment to sink in, and if it makes you feel something, please show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Check out my free course, Narcissism 101, Early Warning Signs, Escaping the Trap, and Rebuilding Your Life. If you want to know more, look for the link in the text. Now I'm trying to shed new light on this age-old mystery by going down different paths and making material that revolves around this main idea, even if the focus shifts slightly. A few of you smart people have asked for a fresh look at this topic, so here we are talking about how a narcissist's understanding of their loss can have a huge effect on them. It's important to understand that a selfish relationship can have long-lasting effects. First, the narcissist, who was once blind to their flaws, will quickly realize that they've lost the most valuable thing in their life. You. Your being here is, of course, very important. But this understanding isn't just about one broken relationship. It's about how they'd broken up all of their relationships without meaning to. But let's be honest. When we talk about narcissism, we're always talking about more than one person's loss, and the narcissist's sneaky impact destroys every relationship. The narcissist lies on lying and playing people against each other. They have a web of destructive relationships and leave a path of destruction in their wake. You may not have known this when you got together, but as you watch this, you start to get it. Now, when the narcissist realizes what they've lost, they will have to look back and feel bad about what they did. They are not gods. They are just people with the same flaws as the rest of us. They will look back at all the damage they caused and be sad about the missed chances, broken relationships, and lost lives. They will understand that their manipulative and dishonest ways only lead to a lonely and empty life. But for you, the trauma of a situation like this is often so bad that it takes time to get over it. It's a huge job, and getting better is a long and hard process. You'll have to do a lot of hard work to deal with the pain, and it will definitely hurt. But with time and the right attitude, you'll start to feel better and get back the power that the narcissist took from you. As you move forward on the path to healing, you'll have to decide whether or not to forgive the narcissist for the damage they've done to your life. Can you even forget someone and move on with your life? But you have to do a lot of work before you can even think about those things. For a new start, you'll need to break the trauma bond, lose friends, and maybe even move. Let's make it clear. A narcissist is not someone you can forgive. Without giving you any warning, these parasitic beings willfully lead you down their hole of destruction, which is full of pain and trouble. If they had given you a 2-page paper that told you what they really wanted, would you have gone out with them? Of course not. That's because they love to play smoke and mirrors games, which involve tricking and lying to get you to trust them. When they're done, they leave behind broken hearts and lives that have been ruined. These beings know exactly how bad they are. Their usual way of doing things is to jump from person to person and group to group, doing damage as they go. But finally, when they look back, they'll see what they've lost, which makes us feel excited. At the end of the relationship, you might not have seen this as a good thing because you were stuck in the destructive grip of the trauma bond and hoped the narcissist would give you peace and make up for their bad behavior. But that's not how it works. They don't care about your health. When the relationship stops, they choose how to get rid of you and wait for a turning point in your life. When you're at your most vulnerable, they throw you away like yesterday's garbage and feed on your broken soul. It's sickening, but that's how they do business. They're always looking for their next target, someone from whom they can take money. But trust me, one day they'll look back on their life and remember the good things, including you. But it's all a trick. They just want to protect their valuable resources, which is what they see you as, a valuable product they can use to feed their egos. So, if you're going through a breakup right now, your narcissistic partner will make sure that the process is as painful and long as possible. Why? Because they know how great you are and how much you care, shine, love, and understand. They see you as the best way to satisfy their endless needs, so they will do anything to keep you. Don't mistake me. I'm not here to trigger or upset you. I'm just telling you that if you learn more about narcissism, you'll realize that the narcissist is very likely to take over your life. You already know that they have drained you of energy and taken decades of your life. But don't forget that the narcissist knows exactly what they're going to miss when they have to break up with you or get divorced. They know exactly what they lost when you gave up on them. But they had other sources of material before and after you. They used those to compare you to, always figuring out what they were missing out on. Even though everyone is different, what you gave the narcissist was unique, rare, and priceless. You were the reason they didn't give up, and you never wanted to end the relationship. You worked hard for it because of this. When you got married, you meant what you said, but the narcissist only saw it as a pass to start abusing you. They didn't see love, kindness, or security in your relationship. You were just a way for them to get what they wanted, which was to be cruel. But when the relationship is over, the narcissist will look back at you and hoover you up. Have you ever tried to figure out what that means? Well, I'll tell you why. They do it when they don't have a legal way to get what they need, or when they do and want more of what you gave them. Your constant presence, plenty and mental support helped boost their fragile ego. They know you made them feel good about themselves, helped them financially, and listened to them without judging them. So, you should know that when they hoover you, it's just a way for them to try to get you back into their loop. They want to punish you again, and they'll do anything to get you back in the system. Sorry, but that's how it works. Here's the million-dollar question. Will the ego ever look back and realize what they lost? Let's be honest, they will. Have they got the guts to say they were wrong? Hell no. From their point of view, they are much better than you. Do they have the ability to think about what they did and take responsibility for the harm they caused you? Not even close. They just aren't made that way. Think of all the times the narcissist told you they were sorry for hurting you. How many tears did that crocodile on their shirt shed that weren't his? How many times did they say they would change and try hard to get you to stay with them? Oh, and let's not forget the word salad they fed you instead of real discussions. Throughout the relationship, you gave the narcissist everything you had, your time, energy, and effort. The narcissist, on the other hand, used you up and never stopped to realize how much you were worth. You'd be shocked if you could see how many times they took you for granted. For example, in the beginning, everything was done as fast as possible because they wanted to catch you in their complex web of lies. But as time went on, their reaction rate dropped so much that you were left wondering what was going on. What might have caused the quick change? They're being bored. Their search for another way to get food. Who can say? In fact, you should never question what your gut tells you. If you feel like a relationship is too good to be true, it probably is. So, here's what happened. Once the narcissist had you in their grip, they started playing games with you that they knew you would fall for. They did everything they could to get you to talk to them. They knew you'd jump at the chance. Why wouldn't you really? You were by the phone waiting for them to text you back. But as time went on, their texts got less and less useful, and all they would say in answer was, "Okay, got it, thanks." A single word answer that wasn't even spelled right. It's as if they didn't care about you at all. But the thing is, they were texting lots of other people as if it wasn't a big deal. You know, they would type paragraphs and have deep talks with you while you were left scratching your head. You'd be sitting there thinking, why am I only worth one-word answers that aren't even spelled right, while someone else is getting a monologue? You know why, right? Because they will take your place. They're the new people the ego needs to catch, just like you were. It's a routine that seems to repeat itself over and over again until you leave the situation or the narcissist finally gives up on you. But when the narcissist sees that they'd lost you, the best thing that ever happened to them, they'll start to realize how bad their actions were. They'll understand that their bad behavior caused the damage to their relationships with their kids, business partners, and friends. People are starting to see through their tricks and won't ask them to events anymore. And don't think that the ego can always hide behind their mask. They can't keep putting on shows indefinitely. People will start to see through their act when they make a mistake. They will end relationships they were in, either right now or in the future. Oh, and let's not forget the long-term friends that people often bring up when talking about narcissists. Even if they've known someone for, say, 20 years, that doesn't mean they're good friends. Most likely, they're just a way for the narcissist to keep up looks or use them for their own benefit. Okay, wait a minute. Some people don't understand they're dealing with a narcissist because they don't know what to look for. Well, that could be because of two things. First of all, they may know it, but they don't say anything because they don't want to be the next target. Or, secondly, they don't see the ego very often, so they never see the real them. You're right. When you spend more time with a narcissist, you are more likely to see through their mask. It's really that easy. But the truth is that most abuse happens when no one is looking. Hell breaks loose when you're alone with a narcissist in a car or at home. When they are in public, things are different because they are trying to keep up appearances and show everyone what a great person they are. You, on the other hand, are the one who is getting hurt mentally, spiritually, financially, and so on. They see you as nothing more than a hitting bag. Now, pay attention. The narcissist will understand that they lost. Trust me. They won't say that though, because they think they're better than everyone else. But here's the thing. They knew exactly what they were getting when they started dating you. That's why they did it in the first place. They took advantage of you, threw you away, and left you by the side of the road. What though? You got stronger than you were before. You came back from the ashes like a phoenix and became the best version of yourself. Now the ego is out of the game. You're having the best time of your life, but they're out there blowing up other people's relationships who don't know it. But the narcissist will understand they lost. Let's be honest. They did lose. You understand, right? So be strong, be yourself, and have faith in yourself. You're not alone. So until we see each other again, let the healing begin.